Welcome to a special edition of Crawford County Outdoors. I'm Duane Kohler, joined by Erik Kulasa from the Conneaut Lake Sportsmen Association.
Hi, everybody.
Erik, so we came out and we did the 5-stand clays years ago. It was probably like 5 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, we used to have a little bit of an archaic setup with an actual tower that threw clays manually, and we had to load each one. Took quite a bit of time to get through it, and I think that was our biggest complaint we had, was everybody had to wait around for an hour and a half or so to shoot around the clays. And we had some sponsors help out the club, and we've done a lot here ourselves, and along with some help from the NRA. And we have a completely new system, new building, and got rid of most of our problems with
so now this building, it's like the front of the building is wide open. Now each shooter stands in one of these spots, right? That's how that works?
Correct. We have 5 stations. It's set up similar to a trap rotation, if anybody's shot trap before, where you'll shoot, everybody shoots one, and then you'll go back through and everybody shoots a report pair, and you'll go back through a third time and everybody shoots a true pair, and then we switch stations. So you'll get 25 different birds throughout the course of the rotation, but they'll be from, instead of one spot, they'll be from 5 different spots.
Okay, so the first shot's a single shot.
Correct.
The second shot, you said, is a report pair. So what that means is when the sound of my gun goes off, that's when the second target flies,
Correct.
right?
You say pull, they throw the first one, and then when
Bang.
you shoot, and they hear the bang, they'll throw the second one.
Okay, and then the third one, they're both going to fly at the same time?
Correct. You'll get 2 in the air at the same time, and you have to decide which one you want to shoot first.
So it's going to get harder with
second.
each of those 3 tries, right?
Yes, it will.
So now you have some. Now I think we can see here we have some throwers and a bunch of different places. Is there kind of like a? Do I know exactly which one it's going to be, or is it going to be kind of random?
Sometimes when the second one's thrown, you'll know where it's coming from, but the first one's usually a guess.
Okay.
So, but there's 8 different throwers, and they will come from 8 different locations depending on which station you're at.
So let me ask you just a kind of a technical question here. So what's the best kind of gun to use for this kind of practice? Not to me, I just want to knock the rust off because pheasant season's coming up here pretty soon. But what's the best kind of gun to use just to get a good score here?
Well, it seems like the most preferred gun is an over and under shotgun, but we have plenty of guys that shoot with semi-automatics, which would be, in most cases, their hunting gun.
So that's what they're going to take hunting.
We have a few guys that shoot with pump shotguns and do pretty well at it, and we have a couple guys that rarities will shoot with an old side-by-side like Jed Clampett used to run.
Okay, okay. So now what kind of a choke would you think would be the best for this kind of a setup?
For here, most of the shots are fairly close. So it seems like the guys use a skeet choke,
or an improved cylinder,
which is pretty open. Improved cylinder will be a good choice also. Very, very few guys have a full or a modified. Okay. Just not a wide enough shot pattern for something so close.
So now for people that are going trap shooting all the time, they generally want a modified or a full because the target's going away from you, and you've got to get it going pretty quick.
Further away.
And each second you wait, it's getting further and further away.
Yes.
Now some of these are going to be coming from your side or be coming towards you.
Yes, we do. We have a couple that come towards you. We have one that sneaks up and comes over your head from behind the building and lands in front of you, which seems to always get people. That's
probably the hardest one. I came once before, and so I'm hoping to do better. I'm hoping to do better this time because that was the hardest one. It's like my brain is like, I'm thinking of, okay, one's coming from your left, you're leading it, one's coming from your right, you're leading it, and one's coming over your head and dropping down. It doesn't make sense to me, like you're leading below it, you're leading it downhill.
Totally different, but that's the way the birds fly in real life, so we try to simulate real life.
Every kind of like thing you might run into during hunting season, right?
Exactly.
So, are people like me coming out to knock the rust off? Is that happening?
Yeah, we seem to get a lot busier towards the end of the season when it gets close to hunting season, because people are looking for some practice and trying to remember the stuff they forgot all year.
What kind of stuff do I need to remember? Where the safe is one thing, right?
Yeah, it's always good to have your shells in, and you need to remember where the safety's at. We have a lot of guys that say pull, and they pull the trigger and nothing happens because their safety is still on.
Didn't turn the safe off.
Not ready to be a lost bird for sure if they were out in the boat.
So is there any, when I was many years ago, when I was first kind of learning how to shoot the gun, I did trap for a little while, and then at our local sportsman's club in Meadville, and then the trap machine broke down or whatever, and went to skeet. And to me, it was like skeet was kind of more like waterfowl, sort of, and trap was more like pheasant hunting, whatever. Is this kind of like all the above? I mean, it
is. It's definitely the most difficult clays game, and it depends on how it's set up and how many different options you have. But there's certainly more variety we can put into it to make harder. But it's kind of a family thing that we do here. A lot of people that are Amateur shooters or certainly first-time shooters come. We also do a youth sporting clays in the summertime on Sunday nights. We have a lot of kids that come from that, and that's anybody under 18 that has their hunter safety course. They can come and shoot one round for free, totally on the club, shells and birds, just to get them involved in the sport and you know, hopefully get them enjoying something from the future.
Super.
So.
Well, I can't wait. I can't wait. So let's break some clays.
Okay,
Good.
we'll do that.
Oh. Okay. Oh! 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 Oh!
Big guy holler. Yes.
Oh! Oh!
Getting a side-by-side recently?
No, I was. Oh my God, it's cry buddy.
Oh!
That's a big one.
That's up at Remington, the SPR from Tom.
Oh!
Oh, okay.
Oh! 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 Oh!
Doesn't look like any 25.
Oh! 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 Oh!
Oh.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh! 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 Oh!
Well, I tell you, shoot the dog in the trap.
Oh! Well, how'd we do, Eric? I missed 3.
I think I missed 2.
Good for you.
Might have been a good night.
All right, Eric. So I got 22. You got 23.
23.
Good
yeah.
for you. So
Got some room for improvement.
I got to work. I got some more work to do. But that was great fun. What a great.
That's pretty good. Average sporting clay shooter here first few times out is a 12 or 13. So
okay.
We're
So I
pretty,
did better
pretty
than
above
that.
average, I think. For
I did better than that.
This
Okay.
round. Yep.
Well, we moved into the building here. This is amazing. The last time I was here, there was just some construction getting underway here. It looks wonderful.
Yeah, we've done a pretty big remodel here in the past few years. Do a lot of rentals now, birthday parties, bridal showers, weddings, graduation parties. We have room for about 200 for a full house for rentals. We can certainly accommodate less if you only had a small party. of 20, 30, 50 people. No problem to do, but
It's beautiful. I mean, really, I'm sure this is going to be a real popular spot as time goes by. So how do you get a hold of somebody to schedule something like that?
we have a rental coordinator, Jeff Muma, who is phone numbers on the website. It's ConneautLakeSportsmens.com. We're able to contact him through there, or leave a message at the club, or with Jeff. His number is also on the sign down front for rentals.
Okay.
And he stays pretty busy. He just retired, and it's almost his full-time job again, taking over rentals. So we have a pretty good list going.
Well, Erik, thanks for having us on Crawford County Outdoors.
Sure, thanks for coming.
Okay, stay tuned. Chef Lisa's coming up next. Joining us now, Chef Lisa Beck. So Lisa, when it gets to be shotgun season and you got to knock the rust off, you do that so that you can go out and bring home some pheasants and
That's right.
stuff like that. So
You can never have enough pheasants.
now, so my wife since I've been bringing home some pheasants here for the last number of years, she's been working on recipes and things. So she came
Right.
up with a pretty cool recipe here today:
That's right.
barbecued pheasant pizza.
Yes. We've talked about it on the show, but we haven't made it. So today's our day that we can debut Michelle's barbecue pheasant pizza recipe.
So you got to start off with the pheasant, like we have in,
Yep.
in recent recipes, all kind of boned. You cut the breast piece off the rib cage, and then you break it up in little pieces. There's some meat on each thigh.
Right.
There's a little bit of meat that kind of runs down the bird's back. There's a little bit of meat at the base of the wings, at the lower level of the
Right.
wings. So once you pick all that off, you end up with a pound or a pound and a quarter or whatever.
Sure. And for our viewers that have been watching us for a while, you've done this on the show. So they've probably seen you actually go through that process.
Sometimes it takes me longer to do that than it does to go find the pheasant in the first place, because I got great dogs at my house.
You do. You do.
But that seemed to help on a lot of these recipes, and that might be enough for 2 pizzas actually. That might be.
It probably
might
will
be
be.
some left over.
Yeah,
for this.
definitely. So hey, maybe we'll make a second one later.
Cool.
Why not,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I have hungry boys here. We've got to feed them. That's all I do sometimes. That's what at least it seems like. So we'll start off with, as you said, the deboned pheasant. That's all cut up nice and neat. We have about 1/4 of a cup to 1/2 of a cup of flour, which I've added some salt and pepper for flavoring to your liking. People lower sodium, maybe you skip that section. But so there's some salt and pepper in there. And then we're going to crack 2 eggs and we're going to beat them. And what we're going to do is we're going to dip the egg in the pheasant into the egg, and then we're going to put it in the flour, and we're going to start here in a few minutes a little bit of butter going, about 1/4 of a cup. You could use olive oil or any kind of oil that you prefer, but we'll use some butter today, and then we're going to brown this meat before we actually cook it in the oven. So it's not going to take very long at all.
So the big question is, which came first, the pheasant or the egg?
Oh, that's a great question.
I don't know the answer.
I don't know the answer to that either.
Well, we need them both. We
need
Okay,
them both
okay.
because for this recipe,
Okay.
So, so do you want to crack the
Yes,
egg?
I do.
I'll put this over here in case you drip any. Oh, fancy one-handed.
One-handed.
I'm impressed. Not sure I could do it without getting the shell in there. So, good job, Duane. Let's see him do it again.
See, I'm doing it right-handed.
And he's doing it right-handed.
Are these left-handed eggs?
Oh my goodness. A talent I was unaware of. This guy can do anything.
When it comes to eating,
I'll do the left-handed
Okay.
beating of the eggs. How's that? When it comes to eating. All right. Okay. So we have the pheasant here. We'll get this out of the way for a second. And actually probably go in this direction.
okay.
And we'll get this ready to put in. So right before, well, actually, you could probably put that in
Okay.
there now, Duane. As long as we don't have it too high, it's not going to start scorching. So that's perfect.
There
Okay, so we're going to put this egg, the pheasant in the egg.
Boned bird,
That's right. That's right. And then I'll just move it over there.
and then I can fluff it around?
Yes,
Okay.
you can. I'll do the dirty work. How's that?
Lisa's doing the dirty work.
I'm doing the dirty work here.
Some people might think that going out and stomping around and out in the swamp and everything to chase the birds might be the dirty work. But you're right, this is
Yeah.
the dirty work.
Well, you got to get your hands dirty if you want to make a good meal.
That's
That's what
right.
I always say in this
That's
house. That's what soap and water are for.
So that's just going to be completely coated, right?
Yep.
With the flour
Yep.
and the egg mixture. Okay.
And again, I say this for every recipe. You can use chicken. it's not going to hurt. You know, you don't have to be a pheasant hunter. You know, obviously in our houses, we have this kind of meat in our freezer. That's just the way it is. Some people don't, and they would prefer it not be. So
And we want to get more in our freezer here. That's why I was out practicing with the guys out at the Sportsman's Club.
that's
Yes.
right, because that's
Gonna
what
knock
we
the
like.
rust off.
Well, my freezer's getting pretty empty, so we need to get working on that. I'm going to wash my hands here, Duane.
Yes.
How we doing?
Good.
Good.
So seems like it wants to stick together, but I guess as I keep stirring it around, the pieces seem
Yep.
to be getting separated and getting coated.
And I'm going to turn this up. Looks like we're getting to the heat temperature we want. And we're just going to brown it. While you're doing that, I'm going to spray this pan because we have the oven preheated at 350. And once we brown this, we're going to take it out and put it in an oven-safe dish. And we're going to put it in the oven at 350 for about 20 minutes to finish it off.
Now, does it get its flavor before it goes in or after it goes in?
Does it get its flavor?
Like if we're going to have a barbecue flavor.
We're going to put barbecue sauce on top of it in here before it actually goes in. Yep, good question. Good question.
Okay. And then if you wanted to go with maybe more like a hot sauce kind of a flavor or something like that, you could do that too.
You could do this as a like a wing sauce type thing. You don't have to use barbecue sauce. That's just what we're using today. Yeah, there you go. Flip that over. You could actually put this in a bag and shake it. That would be good
shake
too.
and bake.
Like shake and bake. You sure could. Let me flip this over there. There you go.
You want to pick that piece
I
off?
sure can.
Seems like it's wanting to stick there.
You know, when you use the right-handed utensils, sometimes
Oh,
that
that's
happens.
got to be it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's get that off there.
Now, some of these ones that are kind of coated, can I throw them in?
Yeah, I would say go for it. And we'll just have to separate them while they're in there because they're going to kind of want to stick together.
Okay.
There we go. And I can actually break some up. They're not gonna need to be in there too long.
Just kind of brown. That's one of the things about the boning that
Oops.
is a big positive because the pieces are like as big as the tip of your little finger.
Right,
you
they're
know,
tiny.
And so they kind of brown pretty quick.
Sure they do. I think I'm gonna have to wash my hands again. Again though. Good meals come from this kind of work. Okay, get that out of the way.
I know it's a big treat in my house for the dogs to before the bird gets cooked, they can actually even eat some of the pieces of bone. So they get a big kick if they get to chew on the bird's neck.
Oh, I'm sure they like that.
That seems like a weird thing, but it's like that's a major treat. So
Right.
that's their reward.
Get this cleaned up a little bit here. Okay. Yep, and we can just really just kind of turn those
Keep
over
flipping.
and break them apart. That's what I would do because they don't need to be in here too long. Because we're just browning. We're not cooking them through. And you can break them up a little bit. Looks good. Teamwork.
Yeah.
Look at that.
You got the left-handed ones, I got the right-handed
That's
ones.
right.
And it actually works well
It
because
does.
we can both kind of attack from our own.
That's right, from our own side. That works. Okay, while you're doing that, Duane, I am now going to take a cup of barbecue sauce
Okay.
and I'm going to mix it with about 1 to 2 tablespoons of honey. I believe the original recipe Michelle said was half barbecue sauce, half honey. We don't want it to be overly powered with sweetness.
That's kind of sweet.
Yeah. So we're going to do a cup of barbecue sauce and we're going to do like 2 tablespoons of honey. I'm not going to measure it out, but I'm going to eyeball it.
Okay.
We'll mix that up. Okay. Put it back here. Get it out of the way. And a little bit of honey here. Really good.
Speaking of barbecue sauce, Lisa, venison, bourbon, bacon. we shared that with family at different events over the summer. Holy mackerel, is that popular?
That is a popular
Wow.
one. That's definitely a popular one. Our family loves that.
So the barbecue sauce, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Anything with bacon and barbecue sauce,
Yeah, right.
I find to be very good.
Or pheasant barbecue.
Or pheasant, of course. Yes. Yes.
I kind of like pretty much anything with pheasant.
Yeah. And if people don't realize how good it is. I mean, it is a little more fussy, especially if you're going to do something like this, because you are
It
going to...
doesn't have the same fat on it that the chicken has.
It really doesn't.
You have to do a little bit more stuff. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right. Well, it sounds like our oven's ready. And it looks like
This
we're
is pretty
almost
close
there.
there.
Yeah.
We're just getting rid of all the pink, right?
Yep, just see it brown on the outside a little bit. It broke up really nice in there, even though they wanted to stick together at first. So like I said, we're going to put this in the pan. We're going to cover it with barbecue sauce. We'll put it in the oven for about 20 minutes. And while that's cooking, we're going to take care of the
Getting the
pizza shell ready, which is, you know, you can buy those bagged dough, and they work really well if you don't want to make your own. So you can make it, you know, make it an easier job for yourself.
Let's see if we can show everybody at home this.
Yeah, let them see how beautiful that is. Looks really good.
Most of the pink is gone there.
Yep.
And that's just what we're going for.
Yep, I'd say we're ready.
Okay.
Looks good. Yeah, that's definitely enough for 2 pizzas. Unless you want extra pheasant on your pizza. It's a preference. You know,
Well, we wanna make
some
sure-
people like extra cheese. We like extra pheasant. Why not, right?
We want to make sure Landon and Gavin get theirs. So.
Well, Landon and Gavin definitely want theirs.
Yeah,
We don't want to forget about that.
Yes.
That looks good. On the handle there. All right.
We want them all kind of
Oh,
spread out, right?
Sorry
So
about
that-
the wall there.
Oh, that's okay. If I was only left-handed, that wouldn't have been a problem.
Well, you know, not everybody can be left-handed
Yeah.
like the rest of us. Okay, we'll make sure we turn that off so it doesn't sit there and cook on us. Okay, so I'm going to cover the pheasant with the barbecue sauce honey mixture. We can even mix it a little bit to make sure it's all coated in there. That already smells good.
It just reminds me, since I've had this recipe a few times now, reminds me what's coming.
Yep, you know. And I'm excited about it because I've heard you guys talk about this a few times. So when you said, you know what, maybe we should do that for the show, I was all for it because you hear all those good reviews and then you're like,
I'm pretty much all for it, Lisa, for anything you want to cook. Because every time, I don't know why, but it's always my favorite part of the show.
well, I don't know why either. It's my favorite as well. Okay, I think we did that okay.
That looks good.
All right, so we're going in the oven at 350 for 20 minutes.
Bottom rack?
Sure. Okay, so let's set a timer. All right, so we're good there. Now we're gonna do the crust. So we have the bagged crust. We have a pizza stone. I am gonna spray it just a little bit because this is a raw crust. We don't want anything to stick. Make sure we got that in the middle. And you're going to bake it according to the directions, and the directions say 450. So when we pull that out, we're going to up the temperature.
Up the temperature. Okay.
Yeah, up the temperature of the oven. And we're just going to kind of roll it out. I do have a roller. I think it's over on the other side if you want to grab it. And we're going to roll it out here on the stone. I brought flour. I didn't know if it was going to get sticky or not, but it doesn't look like it's going to be too bad. You could already do, you know, if you're in time sensitive and you want to get, you know, a pre-made shell.
You could get one of those pre-made crust things.
You could if you had to.
This is more fun though.
This is more fun. Do you want to do the
Yes,
honors?
this is the part that I usually
The part
get to
that he
do.
likes to do there. Good. So we're just going to roll it out and make it about the size of the
Now, what's this thing that we're rolling it on here?
That is a pizza stone.
A pizza stone. Okay, so it heats up, like the oven heats up, and it kind of makes
From both sides.
like a. Okay.
Yeah, they're really nice. I've had that for a while, as you can tell. I mean, they kind of get seasoned and lose their original appearance,
Sure.
but they're great to work
That's
with.
what it's supposed to do,
That's
right?
right. It's like a cast iron skillet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the more you use it, they say, the better they get. So. That rolls out really nice.
It does seem to want to like roll back, but then if you hit it several more times, then it just kind of gets to the right shape here.
Right. You are doing a fantastic job, Duane.
That's my new future career as a pizza roller.
Pizza roller. Next, we want to see you throw it up
Should
in
I
the
throw?
air
Yeah,
and
I was just gonna say,
spin
should I throw it and twist?
Because
and
I'm
stuff?
sure you could do that because you seem to have all these talents. I mean, the egg cracking, I was unaware of. That's impressive. I do a lot of cooking. I don't crack my eggs that way. The sauce is ready to go.
I think we're pretty close there.
I think so too.
There's just one little corner there. I think we got it.
Okay, great. That looks really good. I'm just gonna push this one side up a little bit. Looks really nice, Duane. So, okay, now's the time. We're doing the barbecue pizza. So our sauce on here is gonna be barbecue sauce.
Sure.
But again, if you're gonna do hot sauce pizza or a white pizza, because you can even do a white pizza with this, you're gonna put your whatever sauce you were using on the pheasant, you're gonna use on your pizza. So we've got some barbecue sauce here, and do you wanna use,
Yeah.
we'll turn it into a right-handed spoon, and I will put some on here, and you just wanna spread it around.
So you don't have to have gallons of barbecue sauce. Just
No.
maybe that's going to work
see
out
if-
to be what, a few tablespoons
I
maybe?
would think
that-
so. And if we
kinda
need more,
spreads
we
it
can
out.
use more, to your liking. Some people don't like a lot of sauce. Some people do. We can put more on, we can put less, all depending on what we have our preferences are. So that's what I like about baking, because you can change things to meet your needs. Cooking, baking in general, so we'll probably do a little bit more. Whoops. Keep making things.
Even the counter gets barbecue.
Even the
tastes
counter
some
gets barbecue sauce. That's right. I'll get that. I keep making a mess.
Right out to the edge, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Does that look good to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So our final thing that's going to go on here, obviously, is the pheasant, which is baking. So the next couple of ingredients we're going to use is we're going to use mozzarella and cheddar.
Okay.
Okay. And we're going to use some caramelized red onions.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to use olives. Again, do you have to use caramelized onions and olives? No. I think the caramelized onion is a really good fit for this barbecue pizza, but if that's not your thing, don't use it. Maybe you'd prefer like a mushroom or a pepper or whatever. This is whatever you like, So we're going to put some mozzarella on there first.
I was trying to be creative to make it look like pheasant feathers. Did that work?
I would think, yes, it's perfect. Okay, so we'll get some mozzarella on here. And again, to your liking, however much or little that you want. You can even finish it with more afterwards if you choose. Again, I'm making a mess, I see, but we'll clean it up later.
Maybe you could even do some bacon.
Oh. Bacon, pheasant, barbecue. I would do it.
Bacon, pheasant, barbecue pizza.
That would actually, with the
Yeah.
caramelized onions, I think that would be really good.
We hadn't even thought about that till we talked about the meatballs.
Yeah, that's a good idea to add to this. Okay, and we'll do some cheddar. What do you think?
That's good.
More right there. Okay. And we're going to do the caramelized onions. This is actually a pretty pizza. And these are just, you know, cooked down with a little olive oil.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did a balsamic caramelization of onions the other day, which was a really good thing.
Now, what's the difference in that one?
I didn't use olive oil. I used balsamic vinegar. Yeah, they were really good.
Okay.
Which is actually giving me an idea for another recipe for another show.
Good.
Always a good thing. We're going to put some black olives on here. If you don't like black olives, you don't have to use black olives. Just some sliced black olives.
I'm not sure a lot of people know this, but my middle name's Oliver, so olives definitely go wherever I'm going. Olives go.
Duane, I was unaware of that.
Yes.
I've known you for a long time.
I'm not sure how that worked. If that was like, 'cause I don't think I was eating any olives when I was first born,
But maybe your mother craved them.
maybe.
Could be.
But that's always a favorite of mine.
Yeah, me too. I'm an olive person. And it doesn't matter what kind of olives. I like them all, so I'm not picky about that. This is a pretty pizza, really. It looks good. Okay. So we have a little bit of time left in the oven, about 12, 13 minutes. So we have some time before we put this in. And then remember, what we're going to do is we're going to up the temperature to 450 for this. Once we put the pheasant on it, and then we'll bake that for about 15 minutes, and then it'll be done.
Yay.
So, yeah. Duane, look at this.
Wow.
Look at that.
How about that?
I know.
That
We
is
probably should
beautiful.
put that blue one underneath. Is that glass dish?
It's cooled off a little bit.
Just because this is pretty hot. There we go. Look at that.
So we got that much left over.
Yep.
So that looks like enough for maybe even 2 more pizzas.
You could,
maybe,
absolutely.
something like that.
Yep. Yeah, you want to set that back there. That crust really cooked up nicely. And you see, I mean, it's not stuck to the pan. So we'll just do a couple slices for us.
Yes. As I said before, this is my favorite part of the show, Lisa. I don't know why that is.
Yes, I don't know why.
Maybe I
either.
do know why.
Maybe.
because it's this great stuff that you make.
Well, this I cannot take credit for. This is Michelle's recipe because she has so many pheasants she has to use. Now this is going to be a real hot one coming off this pan. I knew that was going to go off there.
The oven says, hey, don't forget about me.
That's right. Look at how beautiful that is. There you go. Do we want forks for that? Just so we don't get burned?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see if I can get this one out.
Now it's hard for me, but I'm going to be polite. Wait for you, Lisa.
Oh, you're so kind. Now these are very, very hot. This crust is so nice. So make sure you blow on that. Nothing like burning your mouth on a pizza, so.
Isn't that great?
That's really good.
Okay,
Wow.
barbecued pheasant pizza.
Absolutely.
So big thanks to the Conneaut Sportsmen's Association for their really cool sporting clays. Get out there and practice because you want to get some pheasants so you can
That's
make
right.
a barbecued pheasant pizza.
That's right.
Thank you, Lisa, for doing the great
You're
recipe.
welcome. I'm happy to do it.
And as always, thanks to the folks at home for joining us on Crawford County Outdoors. We'll talk to you next time. And I'm going to fish my pizza.
Me too.